Live from Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the Snake Pit, home of the Indianapolis Ramblers, as they take on the Sioux Falls Sparrows in this Week 4 matchup. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northup. Rick Northup is my color man.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Indy.
Ernest McCrae and Dakota Butts are statisticians. Cameron Irvine is the producer extraordinaire. And Rick, Indy's coming off a 48-21 loss, so it's Atlanta halftime, but then we're outscored. Only scored 7 points in the second half. That's a week after they came back against Canton. They were down 33-3 in that game and came back to win.
Yeah, the volatility, as the traders would say, is quite high. The VIX with Indy is high. You don't know what you're going to get, right? An amazing comeback one week and an amazing collapse the next week.
Sioux Falls, of course, coming off a loss to the Motor City V8s, which they gave up 485 passing yards, but that still puts them in the top half of the pass defense. It should be an interesting matchup. If Sioux Falls wins this game, they'll get to win number 100 in the history of the franchise. Indy trying to get to 500 at 2-2.
Wow, playing for the Benjamin. The century mark.
Zasso Black to kick off. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Return from the 1-yard line. Coming up the middle is Kanye Rockefeller, and he gets knocked down at the 28. So we'll get our first look at Colin Pierce, the quarterback. Brad Jones is the tailback. Wide receivers, rookies Ed Williams, Jay Viper, Ryan Roosevelt, and Jeff Banfield came over in free agency. Randy Pierce and Gibson Rickenbacker are the tight ends. And the left tackle is Chuck. I'll get to that as Jones takes the hand off and he spins up the middle. And tackle is made by Jay Ringgold after pick up a 5.
Throwing the spin move right at him. Here we go.
Biff Markham, James Kelly, Mike Wagner, and Darius Hawkins are the defensive linemen. Derek Williams, Jason Strongbow, and Nick Fargo are the linebackers. Here's Pierce. Gives off to Jones, and Jones stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Tackle made on the play by number 90, James Kelly.
I'll remind everybody, the Rick meter is in the house. Brought that down to Indy. We also brought Denver the service dog with us. Seems to have a lot to say already in the pregame.
3rd and 5, Pierce from the gun. He's back to throw. That fires. It's a curl pattern, but it'll leave 2 yards short of first down. That's to his brother, Randy Pierce. And it'll be 4th and 3 in Indianapolis. We'll have to punt.
A little physics problem there as the curl route wasn't run quite deep enough and his momentum's coming back. And just not able to get the job done there. So, first punt of the game will be executed by the Ramblers.
Eddie Wiseman to kick. Only 1 first down on that drive. 5-yard run by Jones. We got 2 carries that drive. The punt is fielded at 31, and that's where they'll start. Julian Tyree, Marcus Duncan, Armin Cornelius are in the backfield. Michael Knight, A.J. Warren, Noel Terraces, and Katie Marion are the wide receivers. Johnny Van Man and Moose Mitchell are the offensive linemen, both at the guard. Oh, as this throw down the middle is complete to the 44 for a first down to Terraces.
You know, those throws over the middle, Colin, it can be feast or famine. There's typically a lot of traffic, but if they execute the routes right, there's windows to throw into. See how they do. Maybe we'll see a lot of that this evening.
Empty shotgun look. Nickel defense from Indianapolis with 3 down defensive linemen. We'll get to their lineups in a moment. As down Marion with the catch, and she's off to the races for a touchdown. Sioux Falls.
Just a beautiful throw. Drops it in the breadbasket. Doesn't throw the laser. Puts the rainbow on it as she gets behind the D.
So in 2 plays, they throw 2 passes, and that's a 56-yard touchdown pass as Marion beats the corner on that play, Blake Green, quite easily.
Well, that's a good omen for Sioux Falls, Colin. 2 plays. Put 6 on the board.
Zastel Black to try the extra point. Out of the old Willie Beeman. That drive was so fast we didn't even get to the Indianapolis defense, which we'll get to now. Rocco Rossi and Chris Joseph are the defensive ends. Corey Dobbs, Derek Jenko are the defensive tackles. Linebackers, Adam Wiseman patrols the middle. Chris Britton III and Chad McDivitt are the outside linebackers. Blake Green, Dominic Metz, Ernest McCray Sr. are the corners. Safeties are Ham Anderson, Kanye Rockefeller, and the first overall pick, Bryant James at strong safety. Larry Barr is also the kicker as Rockefeller returns it up the middle down to the 28.
Well, let's see what Indy can do on this possession. A little bit of early pressure on them. The offense has got to be a little stunned that the defense yielded those points so quickly. On the plus side, they do get another crack to execute their offense.
They go 4 wide trips to the top, press man coverage from the Sparrows. As Pierce will go underneath. He's got Jones, and Jones picks up 5 yards. So he picks up 5 yards on the ground to start, and then he picks up 5 through the air. 2nd and 5 from the 33. Indianapolis 6.5-point favorite. Underdogs at home. Over under 45.5, according to our friends over at Jack's Data. Here's Pierce. Changes the play, has 2 tight ends, 1 to either side. Single back is Jones. Pierce gives off to Jones. Jones sweeping wide, has plenty of blocking help, and he almost picks up a first down. 4.5 yards, they'll call it.
Just about.
Selected to punt. Number 42 is deep to receive. Let's back to back. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. First and 10 from 41 yards. Second and 5. Ball at the 36-yard line.
5:57 to go and counting. High formation. Haven't run the ball yet. Would be a prime opportunity here as Duncan picks up the first down. That's good for a first down to the 42. Here is Diary. 2 wide receivers at the top of the formation. Down he goes for the big sack. It's sack time. Corey Dobbs, the defensive tackle, able to break through. Corey Dobbs got it. The former Sioux Falls Sparrow. Here's 2nd and 16. Tyree over the middle. Gets it to Warren, sets up a 3rd and manageable. Sparrows coming in offensively, convert 58% on 3rd down. 7th best in the league. Diary over the middle, completes it to Rosses for the first down to the 38. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 to start the ball game. He is yet to miss a throw. And you can see why with receivers like DeRoss.
First and 10 from 38 yards.
3 tight ends on the field for the Sparrows. Here's the give off to Duncan, his first carry of the game. He only picks up 2 yards, still at 37. 2nd and 8.
A little carry to get the old football muscles working there.
Second carry. Got 5 yards so far. Split back wing jokers to get to Duncan. Duncan will slice ahead to the 33 to set up a 3rd and 5.
Well, Sioux Falls not able to score in 2 plays. A little odd for them.
The Snake Pit picks up a chant of defense, encouraging their hometown boys. As Tyree floats this over the middle. Caught down to the 12-yard line. Miles Portis, the tight end.
Eerily similar to the touchdown play. Gets some separation, unfortunately, for Indianapolis behind the secondary. And ball just floats over the top.
The left tackle for Indianapolis, it was number 70, Jacques Lepenkick. But he spells it in a very French manner, Rick. I know you'd appreciate that.
Oui.
He was signed in week 2. Tyree, he's back to throw. Floats it over the middle. Oh, Portis. He dropped that one, and that could have been picked up by one of the Indianapolis defenders. Missed opportunity there, Rick.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a dangerous throw, and Indy's going to potentially wish they had that back, depending on how this drive plays out. But, of course, they're already in field goal kicking range.
Yeah, they're in the red zone. Ball to 12.
Kicking. I want to do some kicking.
Here's the get to Duncan. Hey, he doesn't pick up anything. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, some stout defense being played on some plays. Here, Colin.
God picks up a chant once again of defense.
being exhorted on by the scoreboard operator.
Trips to the bottom, play action. Juliet fires it out to Warren. It'll be short of the 6. They'll tackle him at the 6. That's Knight. Tackle made out there for Indianapolis by number 21, Dominic Matz.
Good effort, just trying to put it out there and see if I can beat the defender, maybe get the first time, put it in the end zone.
Joshua Black to try the field goal attempt. Ernest McCray Sr. is also a former Sparrow. So it's a bit of a homecoming for 2 of the defenders on the Indy defense as the field goal is up and good. With 1:24 to go in the first. We now have 10-0 game as the Sparrows are now on top.
Well, the Rick Meter staff is already impressed in the early going here by the Sioux Falls offense and the in a different way, the Indianapolis offense is not making an impression.
A drive summary.
Here we go.
That was a 13-play, 60-yard drive. Rockefeller again, this time from the 2. Spins. Tried to make a second spin. Will get tackled at the 26.
Made some Canadian progress there with the spin move. Mucho apreciado.
First and 10 at the 26. Pierce is 2 of 2, but he's only thrown for 7 yards. Let's see if he can get something more substantial in this play as he comes out 3 wide receivers. He's back to throw, has some heat in the pocket, lets this go to Ryan Roosevelt, and the former Atlanta Swarm picks up 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Trying really hard to get over that line to gain. But 2nd and 1, nice.
We're now under the first minute of play in this opening quarter.
Also known as the initial stanza.
One receiver is Roosevelt. Here's the good to Jones. Jones beats the first down, not giving forward progress as he carried 2 Sparrows on his back. Boy, they must be heavier than that previously.
African or European sparrow?
Here is Pierce back to throw. Fires down the field. Roosevelt again breaks the tackle. And he's up over the midfield stretch to mark him down at the 46.
That was a rocket. That was going to go on the check out my arm highlight clip. Watch here from his position. Boom.
The referee got ran over by Nick Fargo trying to get back there to make the tackle. Woo! Down he goes.
Runs right through the ref with no hesitation. Of course, the umps, the refs, they know. And we were at the end of the first quarter, Colin.
Scores 10-0 Sioux Falls in front. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. Start of second quarter. Colin Northrop, Rick Northrop here.
Yo.
Dakota Butts and Ernest McCray on stats. As the Ramblers looking to get on the board here at 1st and 10 at Sioux Falls 46. Give up the middle to Jones. He's stopped in the line of scrimmage for no gain. Thanks in part to that man, number 44, Derek Williams, among the defenders to bring him down.
2nd and 10 from 46 yards.
Appreciate the love from Skippy Curtis as well as Christian Brown. Early in the chat as Jones takes the handoff again. He's stopped for no gain, runs right into blitz, and Jay Ringgold
59, no gain.
is among the first guys there to greet him.
3rd and 10.
It's a 3rd and 10 for Indianapolis. Ramblers convert 59% on 3rd down, but this one's pretty long as the throw. The Randy Pierce will be short of the sticks at the 39. Second catch for Randy, but Not enough for the sticks on the little slant pattern there.
A little shout out to Guy Clausen in the chat. What's up, Guy? Hey, and congratulations on coming. He's coming off of his player of the game status. I guess you're player of the game right up until the next player of the game. POG.
Punt from Wiseman is away, and this will be down in the end zone for a touchback.
That's the the Family Feud buzzer sound as it results in a touchback. So Sioux Falls gets another crack at it. Already leading 10-0. Indianapolis needs to get some things going. They are starting to show better on D. They're going to need to try and force a turnover on downs and or a punt at some point here.
The offense has shown a bit of a pulse, but they need to be more consistent. But the defense steps up big time as number 77 for Indianapolis, Rocco Rossi, comes in with a huge sack.
Wow. And if we wait till next spring, Tyree got planted. Maybe there'll be a little sprout or a sapling come up right there. Yikes.
Loss of 6 on the play, 2nd and 16. As Vic Markham is wondering what happened to the lookout block from his left tackle there. Tyree back to throw over the middle. Catch made by Marion, and she will make it a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Marion at the ready there as Tyree isn't putting up with that anymore. As he gets rid of it almost immediately. Boom, 1,
2.
one step backwards, and he releases it.
Yeah, he instantly knew where he was going to the ball, and that's to the Sparrows' leading lady from the wide receiver position.
That's why you put in the work during the week and in the off season. She knew he was going to be looking to have a hot read, and she was ready.
Play action from Tyree. Down the middle he goes. Almost intercepted by number 45. That's Brenton the third back in coverage from his outside linebacker position. And Jack Wall, we're not ignoring you, buddy. We see you. We see you. There's no need to yell.
Everybody sees it. We all see it. What up, Jack?
And this is the first 3 and out of the day for second consecutive 3 and out for Sparrows.
Yeah.
As the Ramblers will start from their own 39.
And as you noted, Colin, the Indy defense perked up a little bit there, don't you know?
Well, in the offense, they showed flashes of really good stuff, but they just need to be a little more consistent.
Maybe they went down to the 7-Eleven and picked up some 5-hour, don't you know?
You got 3 wide receivers.
Got a little spark going on.
In total. Here is Pierce. Back to throw. Slant over the middle. That's Randy Pierce's brother, and he picks up 9 yards. Always good to see the siblings working like that.
You know what's interesting, Colin? They had 3 in the pattern on the right side of the formation, and they all ran basically at the same pace and kept their spacing. Could have picked any one of those 3 to throw to. That was kind of groovy. I'm digging
2nd
that.
and 1. Here's the give to Jones on the trap. He picks up the first down.
Dr. Jones.
Oh, it's son to father, not brother to brother. My apologies. That makes it even more fun.
There you go. Anything you can do, I can do better, Dad.
Split backs. We got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Roosevelt all by himself to the bottom of the formation. Pierce is back to throw. Goes that direction. Oh!
Ooh.
No, he wasn't going to Roosevelt. He was going to Jay Viper, the highly touted receiver out of San Jose, who fell to the 4th round.
Wow.
This past SFL rookie draft.
You know, and they put everybody out in a pattern, and he threw it right at a defender. It was odd.
2nd and 10. Staring at a nickel defense is Pierce. Three-step drop, fire, slant over the middle, caught. And that is Roosevelt, but he gets lit up like a Christmas tree by, I believe, Jay Ringgold. We'll take a double check on the replay. Slant right there, boom, Ringgold.
Yeah, but not until the damage, the offensive damage was done.
Here's Roosevelt. Pierce is now 7 of 8 for 60 yards. Here's to get to Jones on the power play, but Williams tracks him down from behind and he'll lose a yard back to the 39. It'll be second down.
Williams was sort of the victim of an idea of a block. He sheds it and is able to stop him cold right at the line of scrimmage, Colin.
Strong eye formation flex. Randy Pierce out. Collins back to throw, looking for Randy. Got him down to the 25.
Hey, the SFL's partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance this live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out SFL games on their Twitch channel Friday through Sunday evenings and follow Rare Drop Sports at Twitch TV/RD Sports.
Here's Pierce. He's on a bit of a roll now. Larry Barr is the field goal kicker.
Oh, and we got a free play.
As it'll be a dump off to Jones, and Brad Jones will get knocked out after about a pickup of 8. Larry Barr was 1 of 1 last week. And Derek Williams is hurt. He's hurt on the sidelines.
He's actually motionless.
And Jay Ringgold's calling for the trainer. Williams is part of that sandwich. Can't tell what happened there.
Fell in a funky fashion maybe on the left side of his body.
Now we get the call from our 62. It'll be...
Get the coffin. Jack Wall's funny as always.
James Kelly was called for the infraction. Indianapolis will accept the penalty. Will decline the penalty and keep the yardage. Barr is 5 of 5 in terms of field goal attempts should they need him. Here's to get to Jones. And picks up a first down.
Yeah, the tackle from behind helps give him that forward progress too.
Down to the 14 they'll go. What a run by Jones. Who on the season has 249 yards, 64 carries, and 8 rushing touchdowns. Last week, had 12 carries for 56 yards against Tulsa.
Jeez. Pretty good YPC.
Here's the throw out to Viper. Viper hauls it in, and he will gain yardage down to the 6.
He gained yardage by putting 34 down and going over the top of him. Got an extra yard and a half.
2nd and 2 down to the 6 now, under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Indianapolis threatening deep within the red zone. Jones offset to the left. Pierce back to throw. Goes to the end zone. Knocked away. Knocked away by number 34, Terrell Davis.
Third and 2, they do not want to settle for a field goal attempt here, Colin. Goes without saying, but I just said it in case people aren't paying attention.
Here's to get to Jones up the middle. He gets a first down at the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal as the tackle was made almost immediately by Jason Strongbow, but not before.
Suddenly, Indianapolis is living their best life. Hard to beat 1st and goal inside the 5-er.
Pierce, who last played with the Las Vegas Fury in season 16 before coming back. As Jones gets in the end zone, touchdown.
Hey!
Brad Jones scores. That's his 9th rushing touchdown of the year.
And that beefs up a stat line that was looking sluggish as he had 22 yards on 12 carries, but now he's got a touchdown to show for it. Brad Jones, one of the early candidates for doing work.
As Indianapolis, 4:18 to go. Looking to notch themselves a little bit closer with this extra point. Larry Baugh, straight ahead kicker, is up and good.
Don't see many of those anymore.
Ten to 7. Barrows in front of the Ramblers, but Indianapolis with the momentum now.
They do have momentum, but they're a little behind on the scoreboard. The Rick meter is going to stay at neutral right now. They're intrigued by that last, the perked up defense in the last offensive drive by Jan Ramblers.
Here's Levy. It turns it up to the 26. That was a 12-play, 58-yard drive. Most of the passing. Pierce was 4 of 6 on the drive for 41 yards. The drive took up 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Thanks to Ernest McCray and Dakota Butts for keeping track of the facts and figures for us, so that we all can sound smart.
Exactly.
Here's Tyree under center. He's back to throw. Down the middle looking for Cornelius, but it was off his hands, incomplete. And we get a report on Derek Williams. He came down with a case of cramps.
Wow. Perhaps his whole body was a cramp, apparently, as he was motionless on the sideline. Yeah, Dakota Butts does a great job on stats, and you mentioned with the facts and figures. And, back when he was part of that Wild West train robbery gang, he actually was sort of the function as a treasurer for them when they were riding the rails and holding up payments, the paymasters.
Duncan picks up 6 yards on the play. He's now up to 14 yards on 5 carries. This is a 3rd and 4 situation out of the 4 set. Here they give to Duncan once again, and he will be stopped by number 57 for Indianapolis, Chad McDevitt, with the tackle on the play. And Prefontaine is on the field for another punt.
Yeah, I've heard that Dakota Butts rumor as well, or story. Not sure if that's true or not, but Dakota Butts never disabuses people of that idea when it comes up in conversation.
The return by Rockefeller. He only gets to the 29, but his offense has 3:06 to go, and their full complement of timeouts at their disposal.
Of course, he developed his love of football when he was captain of the University of Indiana's flag football team in the 30s. Happy to have him here as part of the SFL today.
Viper lined up in the slot. Banfield to the bottom. He's number 84. Pierce fires out to Jones. Jones gets 2 yards out of that.
The SFL produces over, let's start again. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker, Say It With Your Chest, Netma, and more, covering season 19 and beyond. Check out archive versions of community shows. Visit simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage.
As Brad Jones takes off to the 44-yard line, his best run of the day. They're going to call that 24 as Jay Rinkold runs him down. We're fast approaching the 2-minute warning, Rick.
Yeah, and suddenly Brad Jones more than doubles his yardage to date in this contest. You okay over there, Colin?
He's now up to 46 yards on 13 carries. I'll get one more playoff before the 2-minute warning. It'll be a swing pass out to Jones. Jones has blockers, but he gets lit up by Levy as we reach the 2-minute warning You're watching the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Second and 4 at the 37. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Pierce under center. Strong eye formation. Tight end, he decided to get to Jones, but it's blown up in the backfield by big number 50.
Where's your drill sergeant? Blown up, sir, as two guys get through that leaky line play on that second down attempt.
It's blown up on the play by Mike Wagner.
You're copying me.
Defensive tackle. It's 3rd and 7. Pierce over the middle. He threw a pick. He threw an interception right to the defender out there, Terrell Davis.
Wow, and I'm always a big fan of the pump fake. Usually you can get a guy open.
Looking for Jeff Banfield, but found Davis instead. Actually, it was Biff Markham on the previous tackle at defensive end number 50, not Mike Wagner. My apologies. Here is Tyree from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the bottom. Duncan next to him. He'll throw it out to J.J. McKee, the other tight end. J.J. picks up 5 yards. See the quarterback comparison there.
Not in much of a hurry here, Colin. We're having the ball with less than 2 minutes to go in the half.
Well, considering Indianapolis started with the ball, that's why they might be taking their time. Ooh, that's not going to help matters.
They might have to give the ball back.
McDevitt makes the tackle, but Indianapolis is not using any of their timeouts. This is very, very, very strange.
Oh, boy, yeah. Possessions are like gold, and either team could work this out a little better, in my humble opinion.
4 wide. Play action. Tyree has to avoid pressure and throws it out to Marion. It's first down to the 48, and here we go with the hurry up.
Biff Markham spoke it into existence. He noted in the chat, 1 play is all they need.
And they did it. They found their lady. Play action again. Down the middle, wide open. Down the field. Julian Tyree just finding him everywhere.
Coaching staff looking like geniuses as they run a series of non-productive short yardage design plays, and they strike deep twice in a row, Colin.
And they're not going to take any chances here, even though they have 2 timeouts at their disposal. They want sure points, and they send out Black for this first down kick.
This will keep it. If they make it, it'll still be a 1-score game, but most importantly, it goes from a field goal to a touchdown 1-score game.
And the field goal from 38 is up and good with 6 seconds left. Sioux Falls is now in front by the score of 13-7. On Zesso Black's second field goal of the day, this one from 38. He made one from 22 earlier.
With that score, Sioux Falls is inching closer to covering. And they're giving 6.5 to Indianapolis this evening.
And we'll get one last kickoff here to Kanye Rockefeller, veteran returner.
He can break it.
And Rockefeller, it's knocked down at the 22. And as we go into half, we are playing at the Snake Pit here in Indianapolis. So named for the party spot in the infield of Indianapolis Motor Speedway where they hold concerts. But back in the day, it used to be a rowdy and wild place. They've sort of cleaned it up since about the 80s.
A little more family friendly, as they say. They're running a play. I thought it'd be a knee.
And Jones up the middle will pick up 5. So we go to the locker room. 13-7. Sioux Falls in front. Marcus Duncan averaging only 1.7 yards a carry. Kind of shocking there.
Well, 3.5. This update now in from the Rick meter. It's lean Sioux Falls as we get the third quarter underway. You got a quarter.
Larry Barr to kick off to A.J. Levy, who's a dangerous returner. A couple weeks ago versus Minnesota, he returned to kick off for a touchdown that proved to be the difference. And his squad will start up past the 25, close to the 30-yard line as well. They'll mark them down at about the 28 or so.
Let's see what happens. They clearly have a quick strike capability on offer this evening.
They go 4 wide, including Cornelius out wide in the trip set. Here's the play action. Looking for the fullback over the middle. Picks up about 9 yards.
Just short.
Let's go. Second and inches from 38.
Great comment there from A.J. Levy in the chat.
Probably just remember the quarter lady's story.
Here's the give up the middle. First down yardage. Duncan picks up the first down.
First and 10 from 40 yards.
Here's Adam Wiseman. Now owning his own team. Brought himself over from Denver, where he was coach for a number of years. It's Cade Marion with another catch, this time in double coverage. Tackled exactly at the 50.
Wow, I'm becoming more and more impressed with Tyree's ability to have some touch or zip as needed on these medium down the middle routes.
He's 14 of 17 for 217 yards and a touchdown. Here's pass attempt number 18. It's good this time to Warren, who picks up another first down at the 38. Man, this guy's just a smooth operator.
He is.
First and 10 from 38 yards.
Matching up against one of his old teammates, Ernest McCray Sr. Gives him a little bit of space, as do the other defensive backs. Here's Tyree, fires out to Warren, but McCray able to close and make the tackle up to pick up a 5.
Yeah, just a simple little sideline play. Esports TV has partnered with the SFL to bring sim football to millions of homes. Over the next 2 years, ESTV is the world's first 24/7 live linear and video-on-demand esports channel, available everywhere through your smart TV, on your phone, through Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and more. Visit estv.co to learn more about its programming and find all the ways you can catch the SFL action on the network.
Marion again from the sideline, wide open, out of bounds at the 26. Of course, Indianapolis, Indiana is the home of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Of course, the world-famous Indy 500, an event that is very prestigious, has a lot of history attached to it, and something the person to my right knows a little bit about. We'll get into that a little bit later on. It's Warren. As Duncan catches the swing pass, he picks up 2 yards to the 23.
Yeah, thanks, Colin. As when I was a kid, and still am, kind of, I was into cars, loved cars, racing, and we'd go down to Indy every year for a day or two. I'm just noticing the stat sheet, Colin. Look at number 88 for Sioux Falls.
That's Cade Marion. She has 114 yards and just 5 grabs. Speaking of receptions, here's another catch by Duncan, who's able to do a great job all the way down to the 4.
And he got, rather than kind of letting himself get shoved out of bounds, he sort of skidded on his knees back into to the field of play there. Right, watch this right at the end.
Great blocks there by the offensive line.
Right there. He's shed that one block. I'm going back in here for more.
First and goal from the 4. Now they bring in a couple extra tight ends. Here's to get to Duncan, second man through, down to the 1.
Oh.
And they say he didn't score. Ernest McCray with the tackle.
Dragging defenders with him.
Second and goal from the 1. Same formation as before. 5 defensive linemen for Indianapolis. Tyree fires to Duncan. Easy. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
You can ring the doorbell all you want. Nobody was home there for the defense. Made it look easy.
See that as the rookie does a pose in the end zone. It's now 19-7.
Well, that's a good-looking drive for Sioux Falls, Colin. Wait to see the autopsy on that from Ernest McCray and the infamous Dakota Butts here in a moment. But Sioux Falls is just in the process of slowly grinding up Indy. They're going to have to get on their horse a little bit.
It's now 20-7 with 6:53 left. That was a 10-play, 72-yard drive. As Tyree was a perfect 8 for 8 on that drive for 67 yards. Now up to 263. So you went down to Indianapolis in the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. Yeah, we'd go down, and my grandma's brother had retired out of the Navy. He was a career Navy man and lived in Indy, really close to the track. So we'd go down and stay with my Uncle Ken, and we'd walk, I tell you, over to the track for qualifying. And we'd watch all the qualifying, or occasionally we go down for the race itself. It was just a great time. Mark Donahue was my favorite driver there for a while in the Sunoco Offenhauser-powered McLaren or whatever the heck chassis he was running at the time.
Jones takes it out here. Brad Jones picks up about 11 yards to the 43. And I tell you, number 44 is looking mighty impressive, Rick.
Yeah. Indeed. They're gonna have to lean on him if they're gonna start clawing their way back into this game. By the way, last time I was down in Indy was 2020 during the pandemic. We were headed down to a road trip on Route 66, but we cut through Indy, and there's a brew pub called Taxman, and it is walkable to Lucas Oil Stadium and basketball arena and everything else. So there's a free plug for Taxman.
As Pierce goes down in an 8-bit sack time, rookie defensive tackle Hawkins.
Hawkins acting like the IRS. You will pay.
Darius Hawkins, number 72, collects a 9-yard sack on the play. And we get a 5-wide set here on 2nd and 19. Pierce now has to go longer, and he does. He gains the sack yardage back, actually, as he gets it to Roosevelt. They're right back where they started.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of comments about Indy in the chat, or the Indianapolis 500, back when I was going down there. Al Unser Sr., A.J. Foyt were both active and running cars. It was just really cool.
What about the guy by the name of Rick Mears?
Mears started racing maybe a little bit after we were...
His third down play was a swing to Jones. He lost a yard. Oh. And Matty Wiseman on for the punt, and To use a car analogy here, it looks like Indianapolis is spinning their wheels in mud.
Yeah, they're kind of skidded out on that possession there.
That sack was a killer by Hawkins.
Yeah, that was definitely the drive killer, and they're going to have to lean on their D, and there's a good special teams play.
Tackle made on an elusive returner and Levy. Tackled at his own 27 is AJ. Of course, Indianapolis, one of two great centers of racing in the United States. Of course, the other being Daytona. Home of NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCARs are big down there. Don't you know? Of course, they might say Charlotte is really the home of NASCAR now. Most of the teams are headquartered out there.
As Duncan loses 2 yards on the plate. Nice TFL by Ernest McRae Sr. He's been busy. And loss of 2, 2nd and 12, back to the 25. Single receiver out is Warren. Here's to get Duncan, and he will lose a yard back to the 24.
Well, they had produced some good yardage on the goal line.
It's McDevitt again, number 57. He's made quite a few big plays, and this Indianapolis defense, they're putting their own stake in the ground, Rick. It's a 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
They need to get just past the 35 for a first down. Shotgun formation. Tyree back to throw. Slants over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted. First by Adam Wiseman. Then Kanye Rockefeller got his mitts on it. And once again, one upcoming for Sioux Falls.
So Indy's defense does their job. They had a job to do. I saw that Dunkirk movie that they remade a few years ago. It was kind of stupid. I was thinking about that the other day, except for that one line. We're going to go back.
Almost a block on the field as Prefontaine gets it away, and Rockefeller calls a fair catch at the 38.
Except for the one line with a guy in the boat who you find out his son flew a hurricane and was killed in the early part of the Battle of Britain. But he goes back to get more guys and says, we got a job to do.
You know, Christopher Nolan's directing a film about J. Robert Oppenheimer. I want to see that.
Really?
Sure.
When is that coming out?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I'll bet that thing will be The Bomb.
I see what you did there.
See, I know how kids talk these days.
Brad Jones loses 3 yards on the play. Terrell Davis records the TFL. It's the guy who had a pass interception earlier in the game.
2nd and 12. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Spoiler. Are people unfamiliar with the fact that Oppenheimer is the father of the nuclear bomb?
Jones is able to make up for his lost carry by gaining that pass out to the 41.
I don't think that should be a spoiler. I think that's sort of a basic, A, you should understand that those things exist, and B, where they came from, right? So,
most people are saying they got it. There you go, gun straight. Colin Pierce all by himself, stirring up. Bump coverage, throws to his father for the first down.
There we
To
go.
the 47. And
Hey.
I tell you, Randy Pierce, he's done a great job today for his son.
Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch? Name that movie.
Oh, of course. Everybody knows that.
Stop giving away. I feel like these movie-based puns and quizzes are my field of expertise.
Here's Pierce. Under center, gives off to Jones. Jones has room. He only picks up 3, though.
Man.
He had room for a moment when he got the handoff, but it closed quickly. He only gets 3 yards.
Yeah, back to the rough sledding. For Mr. Jones, he had that electric 24-yarder a few minutes ago, but
have to lean more on the arm of the man who serves as the primary offensive play caller and designer, Colin Pierce. He's back to throw. Slant throw in the middle. First down. Catch is made by Randy Pierce.
Hey, the SFL's partnered with Laser to deliver digital SFL player trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards, or you can buy SFL card packs through Laser's store. The new Season 19 pack will be available soon. Visit laser.layzr.gg and click the Join Alpha button to connect your Twitch account and begin collecting.
Here's the knob to 6 grabs for 54 yards. As Collins back to throw, fires this out to Jones, and Grant Jones picks up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd 8. Of course, it was really good to see Colin Pierce at the convention. There was a sizable Indianapolis contingent there. Derek Jenko,
Indeed,
among the other Rambler personnel that were there.
And we got a Laser card while we were there, right?
We got a card, yes, indeed. As Jones, he gets tackled back at the 32. It'll be a 3rd and 10. This is Pip Markham again, this time recording in the TFL. 3rd and 10 from 32. It'd be about maybe a 49-yard field goal from here.
Come on, boys. Get a first down here.
Here is Pierce. Fires down the field over the head of everybody. Incomplete, looking for Jeff Banfield, but no cigar.
Wow, airmailed that to the end zone.
It'll be a field goal attempt for Larry Barr coming up.
Yeah, try and cut this down to a 10-point deficit.
Guy who previously spent time with the Arizona Scorpions is their place kicker. Trying to add more points for his team, and the straight-footed kicker.
Oh no.
Barr thought he had it, but ultimately the iron was unkind.
Wow. Wow, the goalpost, goalie's best friend.
I mean, he hit it well. He hit it right at the upright.
Man, right. You ought to get if you can exactly hit the upright, you ought to get 4 points for that.
Or at the very least, a single.
Single. Yeah, a single. Why not?
The throw over the middle. Catch is made by
If you touch it, how about this? If you touch any part of the structure with your kick, the uprights or the crossbar, and it doesn't go through, you get a single.
Here's Tyree. Fires a slant to Marion. That's her 6th catch, and she just continues to rack up the yards. Her yards per catch is 21.8.
Yeah. Or they should convert to the concept of like baseball has with the foul poles, which are actually fair poles. If you hit the foul pole, it's a fair ball.
End of 3rd quarter, 20-7. Sioux Falls in front. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Twitch.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
Here's the throw out to Duncan. Ooh, but he's separated from the ball by number 20, Blake Preen. Incomplete.
That was a closely run affair all the way around, Colin, because he was in the process of being sacked when he threw it, and the receiver was in the process of being tackled as the ball was arriving.
Here's Duncan. He has 4 receptions for 20 yards and touchdown. Look at Marion, her numbers. 128 yards. Play action. Tyree going long for the bundle, and Ernest McCray Sr. almost picks off his former teammate.
Man, I actually thought he had that. Tough to see in the shadows, going from the lights to the shadows here at the snake pit.
You know, we've been to a lot of cool simulation football league stadiums over the years, Rick.
Yes.
And I know you're not the biggest fan of snakes, but you do have to admit they're kind of cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody knows, but the stadium's actually on fire. I don't know why they're not evacuating. Occasionally you can see this fire thing in the corner.
Tyree back to throw. Complete for the first down to the 25-yard line to Warren.
Wait, I'm being told that's a design element. The fire it's contained in a cauldron. Okay, calm down. Everybody calm down.
Warren, he's been sort of quietly working. He is now 6 grabs for 78 yards. Everybody has at least one grab. Michael Knight only has 1 catch for 6 yards.
Yeah, Kai Marion making a bid to potentially be a POG here. But, yeah, Warren's getting the job done.
Here is Tyree down the middle, complete.
Oh, man.
First down. First and goal of the 8 is Marion again.
That throw was a laser. Look at this thing. Boom.
Rockefeller made well to make the tackle.
I'm not sure what the story in the chat is about missing part of the game thanks to a neighbor. The mind can only imagine.
3 tight ends on the field. I formation. Here's to get to Duncan. Second person through, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Rocco Rossi.
That's a good individual play there.
Third tackle.
Plug that hole.
Zebra to the bottom. No Terrasas in the slot. He has 3 catches for 30 yards.
Tight end in the cross.
And they go the swing, but it's well defended by Indianapolis. Ernest McCray Sr.
Yeah, it looked like they had more opportunities for on the left side of the formation that time, Colin.
Of course, Sioux Falls, the originator of Swing City as far as getting passes out to the tailback. Most notably first with Robert Redford, then with Colin Hart, now Marcus Duncan sort of following in that legacy. Following the departure of G.P. Wells to Houston. As the throw goes over the middle, dropped. It wouldn't have been enough for first down, but Urgent James would have made it a bit easier for his kicker, Zostel Black.
Yeah, those last 2 plays just obviously didn't work out the way they thought, but that swing pass when they were stacked on that side, threw into that stack, and then having that route be shallow of the end zone. Just not well executed there.
Here's Black. His third field goal attempt is up, and it is good from 26. So it's now 23-7. With 8:43 to go in this game.
So Sioux Falls matches the field goal. Well, the field goal attempt. Forgot they hit the post. And with that, the Rick meter's coming out with full lean to Sioux Falls, predicting a Sioux Falls win here. Looks like they may be on their way to covering. And probably triggering the under. We'll see. Still a lot of time left.
Rockefeller up the middle, gets tackled at the 29. These 2 teams, of course, placed in the newly created SFL Central Division, which features the likes of the Tulsa Desperados, fellow expansion compatriot to Indianapolis, the Minnesota Legend, and of course, Sioux Falls in Indy.
Tough little division there, eh?
Pierce is under the center. Back to throw, swings it out to Jones. Jones has blockers, outruns one man, picks up a first down to the 39. I tell you what, Brad Jones, he's put in the effort today, both on the ground and in the air.
Yep, yeah, he's showing the team the way. Keep working, Good things can happen.
Of course, Jones was with the Houston Headhunters as a rookie. Did some spectacular things last year, most notably against London. And Jones has been really a key asset offensively today for Indianapolis. Colin Pierce changes the play, swings it out again to Jones. Jones trying to make people miss, will only pick up 3 yards.
Hey, don't want to forget about Canton at Tulsa tonight at 9:20 on SFL YouTube.
Oh, that'll be another interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Of course, the Classics. They lost to the London Knights last week, 54-17. Robert Merrill broke the single-game rushing record. As this slant over the middle of Jeff Banfield, incomplete timing was just a bit off. Banfield looked like he was open, but he was hung up in traffic.
Yeah, that was almost an epic play. Trying to make something out of it. Play a little catch-up there.
Banfield. Former DC Dragon. 3rd and 7. Trips to the top. Here's Pierce over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Knocked away on the play by Nick Fargo.
That brings up 4th down. Not what Indy wanted.
Back to punt. Number 42 is deep to receive.
Here I come, punter. I'm coming. I'm gonna block the punt.
Here's Matty Wiseman on for another punt. Struggles for Indianapolis to continue. Fair catch called by Levy at the 21.
You know, I noted the game coming up here later tonight. Coverage of the SFL on Next Level Sports continues Sunday, July 31st. You'll see Fort Worth try their hand at the in-state rival Houston Headhunters, who you just mentioned, Colin, at 8:45 p.m. in the East, with live look-ins on Louisiana and Arizona for a channel guide. More info about NXT, visit nlse.com.
Great TV partner, of course. They were there in Vegas for the convention. Did a great job there. As Duncan will pick up 4 yards on the swing. It'll be 2nd and 6. As far as the expansion teams go, who do you want to see next? Like, who's kind of on your list as far as expansion teams?
Oh, man. I'm trying to think who I haven't seen. Oh, there was a pick 6.
Ernest McCray knocked it away. I personally want to go see Seattle.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You know what? Yep.
The nemesis is.
Yes, indeed. And you know, what I was going to say was, at the start of this possession, my comments were going to be about Sioux Falls. You know, even though they've got a lead and they've looked in control, they really need to matriculate down the field and at least burn a bunch of time, because they only have a 16-point lead, and man, they almost gave up 7 right there.
The slant over the middle, almost again. McDevitt knocked it out of the air.
I almost spoke it into existence again. Yikes. And again, I think that's why you're seeing Bad Brad Jones working so hard. He knows, you know, they're just a couple scores away from having this thing be a real game.
Look at hit McDevitt on the shoulder. And by the time he sort of realized what was happening, the ball was already kind of on the ground.
Have been neutralized by the turf.
Fontaine on for another punt.
Oh, rooting for a team in Fargo in the chat. Yeah, I'm cooperating with you now. I'm cooperating with you now. Oh, he's fleeing the interview. He's fleeing the interview.
Here's Pierce. Back out on the field. Don't forget to go to laser.gg to get your card. Yeah, Guy Clausen is right. There used to be a team in Alaska. They are now residing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Florida Storm is. Colin Pierce has all day to make a sandwich, but he almost threw an interception instead.
Wow. You know what happens sometimes on that, Colin, is you've got so much time, and now then you start thinking in that nanosecond or those few microseconds, and you go haywire.
Well, we saw Kentes Johnson against Carolina. He had enough time to make a buffet, and he threw the ball, and it was incomplete.
No. He went and hit the Chinese buffet, came back, still had time, and then threw an incompletion.
Jones knocked out of bounds. No gain there. Williams was knocked out with cramp earlier, able to make the tackle. The 244s drawn back and forth.
Williams, Arizona, Biff Markham. Is that what you're referring to? We actually were in Williams, Arizona. We actually performed a car repair 3 weeks ago in Williams, Arizona when we were out there.
Here's Pierce back to throw. Has time. Has to run away. Runs away from one, but not the second. Derek Williams, sack time.
Oh, my. Brave Sir Robin, he ran away. No, he didn't. He ran away.
Look, he ducks Hawkins, and then Williams is right there. There's a look at Levy. Rushes on.
Oh, man. Colin, have they almost blocked that like 3 or 4 times today?
Yeah, 3-4 separate times. Levy gets knocked out of bounds at his own 38.
Well, so here we go again. The Sparrows with the lead and the ball in the fourth quarter, trying to make themselves morally eligible to win this game. And if you find yourself in that position, you need to possess the ball, move yourself down the field, and pick up points if possible.
Well, you know possession is 9/10 of the law.
The law. Hey, speaking of the law.
Here's Duncan. He's speared to the ground. Loss of 2.
Who was that on the sack?
That was Ernest. No, that was
Ernest Biner?
No, that was Ham Anderson. Rookie free safety there, making the it.
One of those first place folks I saw in the crawler there.
Duncan again stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain as they tried the 3-backs for the first time today, but Blake Preen cleaned that up.
Yes, sir.
Last 3 drives have been with punts, and the same fate's going to befall Sioux Falls if they can't get a conversion here, and they do it a big way down the middle of the field. Michael Knight, who had only 1 catch for 6 yards all game long, strikes a deep one down to the 24-yard line. And the man they call Knight Rider rides again. Wow, he beat the veteran Kanye Rockefeller as he split the zones down to the 24. And grab 40 yards on the play. By far the longest completion we've seen in a while from Sioux Falls. Here's Duncan, picks up 2. Cade Marion, 7 grabs for 144 yards for her today. Tyree now letting the clock wind down a bit. Give off to Duncan, and it will be stopped at 22 by Chris Britton the third. 3rd and 8 from 22. 3 wide split backs for the Sparrows. Tyree back to throw, quick drop, fires to Russ, is down to the 5 with a diving grab, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Impressive. Puts him on the doorstep here. Late in the 4th quarter. Sioux Falls showing they deserve to win. Trying to make their statement score here. With 2:35 to go, Colin.
1st and goal at the 5. Only had 1 touchdown. So far, and that was
can I just say I love this formation? Let's see what happens.
only 2 touchdowns, actually. Marion and Duncan both through the air. Another pass, this one out to Duncan. That's a break it. Tackle, Gary Tillman into the end zone. Touchdown.
A little better defended than the last time, but the same play they scored on. Same concept that they scored on earlier in the game.
It is now 29-7 as Marcus Duncan takes former Sparrow Ernest McCray and the rookie Chad McDevitt or ride to the end zone.
Right. What position does he play? 24.
25 is a corner.
25 corner. Yeah, McCray. Sorry. Yeah, he doesn't bite on the fake. He doesn't crash down into the line, and he makes himself available out there to defend, but just can't stop him.
It's now 30-7 with 2:08 to go. Colin Northrup, Rick Northrup.
Yo.
Ernest McCray and Dakota Butts are statisticians.
I understand kids today will say yo a lot, so that.
Cameron Irvine, our executive producer. We're here at the Snake Pit in Indianapolis, where so far there's been little joy for hometown fans.
Right. They love their team. Great crowd on hand for this. And Sioux Falls, just a little too much to handle. Kind of just sort of inexorably, scoring again. Maybe they give up a score. They gave up a field goal attempt, but at the end of the day, I think we'll see the stats here. But
187 total yards only for Indy, 379 for Sioux Falls. That sort of tells your tale thing. Only 16 rushing yards for Sioux Falls, however. And the tight end catches it on the curl route. We've reached the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch TV.
Yeah, no carries for the Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne for Sioux Falls today. Just Marcus Duncan. Catch for Charlemagne, though.
John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, Juke and Rookin Jr. That's also one of the strong safeties. With AJ Levy.
That was a nice catch. Nice pitch and catch. Quick up to the line. Good on you. Let's go.
Here's again Pierce. Pierce gives off to Jones. Carries the defender. Pick up a 2.
Pierce did that really well. Looked downfield the whole time, and then at the last second swung it out too. I think that was his primary receiver, but it was well covered.
Now he goes down the field. Oh, we almost threw an interception. Out there was number 49, that's Anderson. Most of the backups are in at this point. Few of the starters remain. There's Colin Pierce. He's been 32 of 24, 174 yards, but he did throw an interception.
24 of 32, dyslexia strikes.
Here's the throw, and it's caught by Jeff Anfield, who has not had a catch all day, but this one is for a touchdown.
Fine time to make that catch, and he puts it in the end zone.
And we get fireworks here in Indianapolis as Jeff Banfield, without a catch all day, had only
Wow.
4 targets to that point.
Maybe like a 65-yarder, maybe? Not sure.
Let's see, it's 54 according to the
54, sorry. Take it. Well done.
121 left. All 3 timeouts still remaining for Indianapolis.
Looks like they're just going to kick the PAT, not go for 2. At some point they'll have to go for 2 if they're going to mount a comeback.
Oh, onside kick comes next. 121. It's now 30-14 game. Indianapolis trying to make things interesting late.
Something that every team practices, runs through at every practice. 2-minute drill, onside kick, hands team.
And the onside kick is successful for Indy. They played that perfectly. Targeted one guy down there. And their guys are able to haul in this time. It's Sanders, Speedy Sanders, the backup defensive back.
That was hilarious. He just, even if he just lets it go a little further down the field, they're never going to catch up to it. But see, there's the fire. Saying, wow, look at that.
Targeted Nathan
That's
Barnett.
That's akin to the play where if your kicker's got the skill, like drill it into the chest of an up guy, and it just caroms around. Functionally the same thing as he elevates, puts his hands on it, and knocks it back towards the Indy defenders.
The throw down the field caught by Jay Viper down to the 24, and they call timeout with 1:15 left.
Wow. Still down by 15. No, not 15, sorry. 16.
Wow, what a play. We have 1st and 10 at the 24. Here is the throw, touchdown to Jay Viper. Colin Pierce fires it, and Jay Viper, the rookie, hauls it in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Don't go anywhere.
After not showing a whole lot, and Colin, you had just run through the offensive production, yardage, total offense production, and after not doing much for most of the game, here comes
Now
Indy.
they go for 2.
Yep.
Here's out to Jones. Jones has to make one man move, but can't make the second. They said no. He didn't actually get in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
He didn't get in.
They didn't score.
Here's over the middle, knockdown, incomplete, 3rd and goal. Third and goal from the goal line. He did not score.
Sorry for that miss on that call. The game jumped a second there on us, and that's what we thought had happened.
Pierce, can he put it in? He'll go to the air again, down the middle, knockdown, incomplete.
Okay, running the ball, please. Now it's 4th and goal.
They have 2 timeouts left, so they theoretically could run the ball. You can just lean forward.
I know. You just fall forward. You're right. Not a lot of QB sneaks in this league for whatever reason.
Here's Pierce. All day throws, incomplete.
Oh, no.
Oh, he had his man open in the end zone. Colin Pierce just couldn't find him.
Well, after electric series, onside kick, moving right down onto the goal line, they stall out and are unable to complete the deal. Oh, look at that. Just a hand. Waving a hand with his back to the ball. Catches a piece. Matter of fact, they're so close to the goal line, they don't give any yardage. They just say the location of the ball is the SXF goal line.
Here is to give to the backup running back. And Indianapolis will call their last time out.
Well, that's gonna do it, guys. Congratulations to the boys from Sioux Falls, bouncing back from that Motor City loss in Detroit at Bank Michigan Stadium.
2nd and 4, Willie Beeman in. Backup running back is Freddie Fox. Fox gets the carry, gets tackled at the 7.
There's a 2-second differential advantage for the Sparrows. They won't need to snap it again, Mr. C. What say you about this contest?
Well, it was a clinic by the Sparrows. Indianapolis able to make things interesting late, but ultimately.
Yeah, Indy really leaving 10 points on the field with the missed field goal that hit the upright and the inability to score late on the goal line. And there's your final.
30-14, Indianapolis falls at home to a division rival. Let's take a look at the post-game facts and figures.
Wow, the total yardage gap really narrowed. Look at that, and the TOP little, I don't say lopsided, but obviously in favor of the Sparrows.
Marcus Duncan only 19 yards on the ground. 25 only overall. You take a look at the highlights. Larry finishes with 375 yards, 29-38 passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. You know, when you place balls like that, especially that one to Michael Knight, you do no wrong. Sack for each side today. Jeff Banfield, that's the big play that got him in it initially.
Got him going, eh? Charge.
Thanks to Dakota Butts and Ernest McCrae keeping track of these facts and figures. Cameron Irvine, our executive producer, player of the game, drumroll please, boo, is Julian Tyree.
Wow, 133 QB rating, 29 of 38.
144 of those yards went to Kay Marion.
Who is also POG eligible in my humble opinion.
For those of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrop. He's Rick Northrop. Good night, folks. Enjoy the rest of the game.